Alright, this is the Sarcasm and
No.
Snide. Oh,
No.
please.
No intros.
It's the Aftershow.
No.
Too much of an intro?
Yes. When your voice goes like this, it's too much of an
It's
intro.
the Aftershow, maybe.
Aftershow, maybe. I'll put that in the title.
Aftershow, maybe.
So, what'd you think of the first full playthrough that we actually completed? Not like Euthanasia where we gave
Yeah, I was
up.
about to say, it kicks, like, Heritage. Everything kicks Heritage out of it.
We still have a note on the cabinets above my laptop saying never play Heritage.
It's like at the header is note to self and everyone. But Heritage was god awful. You guys don't have to watch our playthroughs because you never will. It's been deleted from the internet.
Yeah, and I kind of lost part 2, which was where all our frustration. Part 2 was 15 minutes of one image of us just trying to solve the puzzle, cutting in and out, looking at people doing it. But Limbo wasn't that bad. It was
No,
annoying.
we didn't have to watch any walkthroughs. We pretty much through trial and error. It was more trial and error because we didn't watch walkthroughs and cheat.
Well, the problem, I hated that we knew how to do every single puzzle we came to. It was just a matter of completing them that really just bugged the crap
and not
out of me.
dying the second after and not getting into the save.
Yeah, and oh god, whoever designed the checkpoints, I hate you with a burning passion.
They were kind of in odd places.
They were really well designed to, I guess they factored in rage quitting to try and make the game longer. Because that's what if I wasn't playing with you, it would have taken me so much longer. Because, like, the one where I sped up and put the death clock video, that one, I would have spent so much time just, oh my god, I have no idea how to do this. And I don't like doing strategy, guys, because I feel bad about myself.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's worse is probably the fact that I played this on my own, like, by myself, and got through it in a month. Playing it really rarely in a month. And
Yeah.
had a lot of fun, and I personally love the game, and Michael hates it. And that's one thing that's kind of rare for us to have, like, outright contradicting ideas about something, because Michael and I are pretty alike. And, you know, it's good to have some conflict about everything, so you have to support your views, and that can lead in changing your views and actually having a decent, being a decent human.
I like the game. It wasn't... The game itself I respect, but I wouldn't have bought it by itself. I got it in a bundle for $1.11 with 4 other games with it. If it hadn't been for that, I never would have bought this game. If I played it at your house, I would have been, no, I'm not spending money on this. But the ending, I wish I had more actual
game. Kind of
like skill parts to it. Like the spider was really, really fun. I got the demo, and I love the demo because it was really just the spider was the demo, and I love that because it took a lot to get it to want to hit you and then move the bear trap in to cut off its leg. That was actually, I like the skill in that, but then after that it was just puzzles for the last 3/4 of the game.
Personally, I like probably my 2 favorite were the hotel sign, second hotel sign, not the first, and ripping the spider's last leg off. Pretty much making like a meatball shape, but like it came out with yellow juice. It was kind of weird, but those are my 2 favorite parts.
It's an artsy game. It's one of those things, it's like Journey. If you don't really sit and think about the game, you're not gonna like it. If you just sit, because there are so many people that, oh, I'm a gamer, da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, well, do you like Journey? If you say you don't like Journey, or don't respect Journey, you're not a gamer.
Yeah, I mean...
Because I don't say you have to like it, but you at least respect it, because it has a really deep meaning, and it is really, really well done.
Yeah.
Same thing with Limbo. I respect it, I don't like it.
The thing about Limbo is it is artsy. There's a beauty, a simplistic, kind of minimalistic beauty to it, but at the same time, the countless hours of work that were probably put into it, not just the art, but designing the game and coming up with all of these puzzles that are new. Like, I hadn't seen puzzles.
No, these are all, like, really new ideas. The people that designed this did a really good job. It's just they overdid it. They should have broken it up with different, like, boss figures in between the puzzles.
Characters that you have to meet, like, deal with the natives that didn't make it to Limbo.
They just completely dropped them. As soon as you left as soon as you killed the spider. You saw them with the worms, and then that was it. because it kind of felt weird. It was like, like playing Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3 sets you up for a type of feel that you expect when you play a Fallout game. And then New Vegas kind of just went and changed it so much, I kind of had no clue what I was doing, and that's kind of, it set me up for the nature feel, the kind of tribe people feel, and then just completely threw in the hotel, took out the people altogether.
Yeah.
And just completely changed, it really threw me, and I didn't like that too much. And it really, I didn't like, after the spider, I completely, because if you watch the last 4 parts, it's just puzzle after puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, and they're not, some of them aren't even really puzzles, it's just things designed to make you killed. And that really annoyed, like the, jumping on the hotel sign, it's like, that's not a puzzle, anyone can figure that out. You just, it's a matter of timing and trial and error, and it really just...
You know, one thing about the game that I really liked is, there's different things in Limbo. You have monsters and bosses like the spider, and I feel like they could have had way more monsters.
Yeah, it should have been, like, it felt like Earth. It felt like I was in a demented place on Earth. It's a well-designed game, I just feel like they could have added more to break up the massive amount of puzzles, because it was really just the last 3/4 of the game. I like puzzles, like Portal. I love Portal. It's my favorite
Assassin's
game.
Creed.
Assassin's Creed's not as puzzly.
Not like Portal.
It's, again,
right
Assassin's
face with puzzles.
Yes, but it's done in such a way that like the humor breaks up, and also when you go to play Portal, you expect puzzles. I was not expecting just to be bombarded with puzzles by this game. With Portal, it's broken up by, there are chase scenes, there are fast-paced puzzles, there are slow-paced puzzles. There's a lot of stuff to break up. This one was, basically every single puzzle was, you fall into it and die. I feel like they could have utilized guns a little bit more. They could have utilized enemies a bit more, like at least have, like, when we saw the guns for the first time, I would have been happy to see, like, a person setting it up and then run away as you ran up to the gun.
That would have been a cool animation. It would have taken a little bit longer, but I definitely see it and I like that idea. The thing is, they incorporated kind of Mario-style things where you move almost only to the right and sometimes left and right in, like, a certain frame.
Yeah.
But you're never moving back to get game aspects.
There's no backtracking.
Except for a few, like, grabs on a crate or something that you missed, but that's still only in that frame. You don't go back any further.
If you went back, it was probably because it was your fault. You were stupid. You forgot something. It wasn't the game telling you to go back.
And that's kind of like an Assassin's Creed thing that they incorporated. That, Assassin's Creed does this a lot. The puzzles are at your own pace. You can go fast or slow. There's certain prompts
I
that
forgot
make
they
it
had
faster.
jumping puzzles.
Yeah, but there's things like you can miss, and that just screws you over, and you have to do it over again. And there's no prompt saying you really have to do this, but it is a bit more gimme than, say, this is. The Limbo doesn't necessarily give you a text box saying, hey, to your left.
Press control to grab. Press up to jump. If you press this button, it would... You know, they put in subtle hints that really just taught you how to play the game, and the only thing that killed this game for me was just puzzles. Just, it feels like they started out really good for the first quarter of the game, and in the last 3/4, something happened, and they had to make it quicker, so their idea was just put more puzzles, we don't have time to make another enemy. That's what it felt like, because it felt like less polished as the game went on.
Well, I don't know what happens in Danish?
It was like Danish Express or something like that.
Express, that's the key word.
I wouldn't have taken anything out because the puzzles were really well made. I just would have added little to tell you what was happening in Limbo, because I was really curious why people were still there. I was curious as to, like...
It's kind of ambiguous, though. That's a good thing. I like a little bit of ambiguity.
Like, just a little bit. Like, you see... I don't know, just someone basically...
I certainly like ambiguity more than other people, though. That's something I found from...
That's what made this... Again, that's what made this game and Journey really... Again, this is a game that's pretty similar to Journey.
Yeah, and certainly in the way that you're kind of missing every aspect of life except for one. Like, in Journey, you had just that one aspect of life, and that's communication with a language barrier, in a way.
Yeah, well, if you played multiplayer, but if it was single player, it was... Basically,
it was literally a journey.
It was a journey, and it basically just said strive for something, even if it'll, like, no matter what.
Yeah, like, certainly the winter scenes in Journey.
Yeah, that taught you just go. This one was more just...
Trial and error.
Yeah, I felt like they could have done more, like, showing your sister, like, running away from you a little bit more.
Oh gosh, that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, I would have...
seen they could have put in that.
Like, senior... Like, they show your sister once, and that really... That showed you what you were doing, but that was so far into the game that I felt like a lot of people would have stopped playing before then.
Yeah,
and then given up after then, because there's no motivation throughout the entire game. There's almost no motivation.
To put it right there in the front, in your face, like, there's certainly a way they could have done it to do this more subtly, like have her in the background and you're striving to get her, you're too far away. That would do it in a way that would make me... That would motivate me. I was motivated through. I love this game, but that would motivate someone like you to want to get to your sister more than have it, like, 2/3 of the way into the game, see her once. But if they put her out right at the beginning and you see her leave, and you want to get her, it'd be too, like, Mario going after the princess, sort of.
I don't mean, like, at the beginning. I mean, like,
Just sprinkle it in?
Like, have you... Like, when you're going into the spider's cave... You know how there's a part above the cave that you can see? Like, have her running up there over it. Like, just see her in the, like, maybe the background in, like, just, like, 2 more places throughout the game. That also would have broken up the, because head-smashing puzzles.
I mean, I get what you're saying, I think I do at least, and that's, like, not have her, like, playing around in Limbo, but certainly trying to get out on her own, and then you having to get to her to help her.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I liked it. We gotta stop talking because it's over 15 minutes. I don't know if I can upload this all.
Alright, well, there certainly will be a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, there'll be. I'll cut in parts out. But I liked the game. I didn't like the game, but I respect it.
Yeah, honestly, I love the game. I respect it, and I think this Aftershow thing turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it was alright.